Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's live stream with me, Jason, Barnabas Junction. Just got a few trains running before we get on with tonight's show. And welcome to everybody bobbing over from the end of Donegal Dad stream. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. Great stream as always, Mark. And all the best for everybody attending the NEC over the weekend. I've been looking at the weather report and it's not looking very good. So make sure you pack your brolly and your Macs, because you're going to need them, trust me. So we'll just wait a few minutes while everybody comes in. So we'll start saying good evening to who's in the chat. Let me scroll back as far as I can. So Signal Cabin, good evening to you. Jake of Haunted Railway, good evening. Mouse All Rail Josh, good evening to you. Wolfsex Scenics, good evening. Thank you for joining us, Paul. Irish 66 fan, what's up, train nerds? Good evening to you. Steve at Dinmore Junction Model Railway, only me? Nope, there's plenty more of you in here. Good evening, Steve. Arthur Humphreys, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And Clybridge Station Roberts, good evening to you. Mick92 is in the house. Good evening, Mick. Lintry Town, Lyndon is in. Good evening. Hello, he says to Jason. Hello to you. Iris says, hoping to get out tomorrow and do a train station live. Been busy and weather has not been great. Well, apparently for Ireland, the weather is actually going to be quite nice tomorrow. Ireland and Northern Ireland. Graham of Leamington is in, and Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath. Hello, he says to all. Ivo Van Zon, ready for the etched nameplates? Yes, London Transport. Duck, the Duck is here. Hello to you. And Simon, Model Railway Showcase, saying hello to the people who wasn't in Donegal Dad's stream. Hey, Simon. And Timber's in. Good evening to you. Martin O'Keefe, thank you very much for joining us again this week. And thank you very much last week for joining as a member. Thank you so much. Vallis 56 is in. Simon also says hello again to the people who came from Donegal Dad's live stream. Brian of Finneton is in. Hello, he says. Who else have not said hello to? Effingham is in. Evening all. Evening, Jason. Hope everyone is okay. We are fine. Thank you very much, Effingham. I hope you are too. Irish says, Network Rail got hold of my Mark 5 coaches. Oh, dear. Flymo's in the house. Hello, Flymo. Good evening. People saying good evening to one another. And Dave of Swindon Junction is in. Good evening, Dave. I think I've caught up. Signal Cabin says, here in South Dublin, my poor central heating circuit board has worked hard, turning on and off between bright sunshine and rain. Barnabas says, Simon, got some shocking news to tell you. I recently won a giveaway. Yes, I do know you did. 2 tickets, I believe. And there's Donegal. Great stream, Mark. Thank you very much. Chris Jubbers in. Evening all. Found some time tonight to join in. Thank you very much, Chris. It's great to have you here. Dinmore says, check out a Cure Scales short of the 37 arrival at NEC. I've seen the pictures. Come all the way from Crewe as well. Hermitage Road is in. Good evening. So we've got a couple of 37s running. One pulling the TPE Mark 5s to be scrapped, wherever they're going. And we've got the other on rail track duties, the 37 from a Cure Scale we showed last week. We do have another locomotive on the tracks ready to bring into view, which will be the focus of this tonight's stream. Well, a couple of more minutes, and then we'll bring it over. 5 days of Cure Scale 66, says Irish. Signal says, yeah, great sunny morning then, very overcast due to me taking cloths of line to put in the tumble dryer. Then it started to rain. Yeah, it's been a rainy, miserable day actually here, but the sun has broken out finally this evening. So before we get started, next week's stream will be the last in this series. Oh, you're all shouting at me. Oh, no. So, yeah, next week's stream will be the last in this series, but don't worry, we will be back again very soon. But next week is going to be something we've not done for a while, and that is a Q&A. So next week you can ask me questions about the layout, questions about anything, sensible questions, that is. It will be sent. Any train crashes for the last one, Jason? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, next week I'm going to do a Q&A. I've not done a Q&A for absolutely donkeys. So I thought we'll finish off this week's stream with a great Q&A. You can either ask your questions by sending them via email to barnabasjunction@gmail.com, or you can ask your questions in the chat to next week. And I'm also going to put a post out to last out, which I will headline Q&A for episode 10, where you can post your questions in the comment section, and I'll make a note of those, or I'll bring them up for next week, and we'll go through them. So you've got lots of way to send your Q&A questions in. I will say this now, I can't promise to answer every single one, but I will do my best to answer them fair and squarely and as honest as I can do. Remember, keep them clean and keep them sensible. Simon, if that's a question, you got to ask it next week. Matt's too. Evening all, just popping in to say, after a very long time, I hope it's all well. Hi, saying hi. Thank you very much, Matt, for dropping in. And Joshua's in as well. Good evening, Joshua. Who are you getting in to answer the questions, Jay? Oh, don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But people will also be able to come and join the stream and ask questions live on the stream as well. You mean you will answer them all apart from the DV Schenkel ones? Might do, might not. We'll have to wait and see. Might surprise you, Si. Clean and mean is what you mean. Yes. Right. So, 10 minutes. It's plenty of time to get everybody in the stream. So, I'm going to bring in said Loco for today's naming ceremony. Helps if I'm sending it the right way, doesn't it? Here we go then. So it comes trundling in on the branch line. For you 66 fans, you like this one. It is 66136 in DB Schenker livery. It is the China to London train. Jason King's in, and did I just see Small Rails is in as well? Good evening to you both. So, Brian, you definitely know what this is going to entail. So I've been doing a little bit of research on how to put nameplates on locos in the most easiest and sensiblest way to create minimal damage or no damage at all to the bodywork. Timber. Yes, it's a red shed. I found that yesterday in Cardiff. Put up a short on my. Oh right, did you, Lindsay? Cool. Irish, you're quite right. So there she is on the layout. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this today. And that's, for those of you who did stay on to the very end of last week's stream, I did quickly just jump back on because last Sunday was the 1 year anniversary to losing the late Bernie Walker, our good friend and modeler, YouTuber. Sadly, we lost him. I can't believe it's gone so quickly. A year passed. So I thought it was very fitting to do the naming ceremony of this locomotive. For those that you don't know, this locomotive was given to me by Bernie as a birthday present. And yes, it is a DB Schenker shed. And going on this locomotive, and I'll take them, they are in the plastic wallet, so I'm hoping the light doesn't catch them, is... No, I'm going to have to take them out of the packet. Bernie Walker. It's going to be named Bernie Walker in memory of Bernie, who was sadly lost last Sunday. They've been kindly produced by Fox Transfers. So I'm going to bring the locomotive onto the workbench. Not just my friend, everybody's friend. Bernie was. Matt, everybody's friend. Top bloke. Sadly taken away from us way too early. So I'm going to switch the camera over now to my overhead view. There we go. I've got everything set up. Let's bring the locomotive onto the workbench. So just so you know, there we go. (66136) China. I'm never going to pronounce that. Never. But China to London cargo train. Locomotive used in that. This is the model of it. Okay, so I've got a few tools here to help make the job a little bit easier. And as you stated, Irish, yes, we're going to use PVA. So we've got a little PVA in that lid there for attaching them. But first of all, we've got to get the nameplates off here. Without breaking them, we'll take one off at a time. There we go. They are actual metal nameplates. As you can see, they're limit in there. So we're going to try our best to get these off the frame without damaging them. Now, I've been told, wherever I put it, there it is, the easiest way is using a craft knife. But I've been advised, now you're going to struggle to see these, I've been advised, don't cut them right up against the edge. So I'm going to try and get my head in this. As it will bend the nameplates if you cut them right up against the edge. No, I don't think it's come out. No, let's see if we can. There we go. That one's gone through. There we go. That one's definitely gone through now. That one's gone through. There we go, it's out. Just freeing it up off the last one. It's not quite off that last sprue. Doesn't want to come off. I think it's off now. There we go. So it's off now. And now I just need to file the burrs off. Would be easier with a Dremel. Let me just see whether I can improve that. Struggling to see, my eyesight is terrible. That's better. Yeah, it's come off now. No, do not use super glue on models. It's going. Just takes a little bit of patience. It's almost gone. That one's nearly flat. Just run my finger along it until I can definitely find that there's no edge remaining. There's a little fragment left. That's lovely and smooth now. So it's one side done. So we'll just work our way around, taking the burrs off. I say, do not cut whenever you're doing these actual nameplates, ones that you've bought, never cut them right up to the edge, as it will bend the edge of the nameplates. Cut them slightly shorter and then file it off. Nearly done. That's lovely and smooth. Do the other end. A little bit more. Smooth, and the last one. Obviously, we've got to do this up for 2 nameplates, one for either side. Nearly. Oh, dropped it. Where's it gone? There it is. Still a fraction on there. You can just see it. So tiny to get rid of. think we got it. So just final check. Smooth. I think there's the tiniest lump still on that side. That's flat now. Right, so we'll have a look where I want to place this. So I've been looking at this locomotive and looking where to put it, and I think the best place for it to go would be above the grill, just there. Trying to show you without the light on it. I think that is a really good placement for it, because it's very difficult to find a place to go on it with that logo being on there, and obviously that big fat logo being there. There's not really anywhere. So I'm thinking above the engine grills would be a suitable. Don't place over the grill. In real life, it would become discolored and dirty, apparently. Ooh. So if that was the case, where else? There's not really anywhere else to put it. To be honest, anywhere on the locomotive, it's going to get dirty, isn't it? In real life. I would have liked it to go right in the middle. But unfortunately, that nearly lost into the gubbins of the loco. With that being on there, I could take that off. That would have been good, and then stick it smack bang in the middle there. That would have been better. Get rid of that crappy DB logo. No, I'm definitely thinking best placement is over the engine grill. Very prominent there and very noticeable. So, for those that you do thinking about doing nameplates, the adhesive to use, the preferred adhesive to use to cause next to no damage to your loco is PVA, which I do have a pot there. So let's have a look in the chat, see what you're all saying. I'll scroll back as far as I can to see who's in. As I've seen a few names appear since. Right, there we go. Jason, I need you to do mine too. I could do with that. Matt Maz. Sodor Dandaman's in. Good evening, Dan. All my nameplates are done that way, easily removed. Yes, Irish. Totally agree. I've been researching a lot about how to put nameplates on in the best way, causing the no damage, and using PVA has been the number one go-to by pretty much everybody. Some people have done Yoo-hoo, which is really stringy and terrible stuff. So I don't recommend that at all. Super glue, yeah, people have done it, but it's permanent and also can damage the plastic of the model. Shed without aircon. We all miss Bernie. No bloody way. Yes, that's quite right. New Dawn Junction, Craig is in. Raymond Legs is in. Good evening to you both. Nice thought, mate. Well done. Thank you. That's Jason King. Joshua Gaming says, this is suddenly reminding me of me losing my nana recently. Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, never met Bernie or seen his layout and work. His channel is still active, still alive. Go check out his channel. It's Crossways Point Junction. Oh, yes, you did go to see Back to Black. I've yet to go and see that. Looking through the chat. should have used all-purpose cement, never super glue. I've got all-purpose cement, but PVA is the number one go-to. Yeah, I should have done that really. Put it on a hard surface instead of using it on the mat. I only use super glue for gluing grab irons on figures to benches or even Loco cabs, but not for whole models. Too brittle and sometimes too caustic. Yes. Super glue is okay providing it's super glue gel and applied in very tiny dots with a cocktail stick in the back of the nameplate. Yeah, that is I think that's what people have done. Would it be easier to use scissors? It can be, but the scissors would have to be mega sharp. Cozy, hello. I'm doing the NEC show this weekend with Malk's Models. If anyone wants to come along. Oh, right. Say hi to Malk over there. I know Malk well. Who else? Valerie Zing Green. Good evening to you. Some guys use nail polish. It's quite caustic, that is, I would say. Yeah, people saying it looks good there, actually. Does anyone know where I could find a body fixing screw for the Duchess class locomotive? I've checked everywhere, but no one seems to have one. Well, get in touch with Brian at Finnerton Central, the train set shop. He might be able to assist. GWR Buckley Junction's in. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Over the Grill looks great. Yes, thank you. Connor Young's in. Good evening. Looking through. Aaronville's in. Good evening to you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, everybody that is in here tonight. Building the R step by step. Copy decks. Someone did suggest copy decks, but I think it is quite PVA based and it's a lot more adhesive. It's a lot stronger. You could use copy decks, but obviously use it on a cocktail stick. I knew someone who used to mix up milliput and rub really well onto the back of nameplates. Then with minimal residue, it held on to dry, minimal clean after repeatedly. Oh, right. I like the position says. Right, so before we do attach it, what we need to do is just make the actual rear of the nameplate. We need to just give it a slight sanding, something so it is a bit of a rougher surface. So just simply just rub it over a file. Right, so just to give it a bit of roughness, but not too much that you're scratching the metal too much. That's nicely scratched. So it gives it the PVA something to adhere to instead of a flat surface. Just make sure that that plate is flat. It's got a very, very slight bend in it. I think it's flat now. I think that was simply that. No, it's still got a very slight bend in it. That's it. It's flat now. Literally, it was a fraction. So, use it. I've got cocktail sticks, but what I'm going to do is use my tweezers and just dip the glue in the back of the tweezers. I'm not putting the glue on the model. I'm going to put the glue on the back of the nameplate and literally the tiniest drop. So tweezers. So we've got a little bit on there and just literally dab it on. That's it. As little as that. I don't know if you can see that. Literally. And even that might even be too much. Now I'm just going to clean those tweezers off. There we go. Grab the end of the nameplate. Place it on. So here we go. In memory of Bernie Walker, the late Bernie Walker. I'm just very gently pressing it down, making sure it's straight. There's no residue sticking out. but just in case, I have got cotton buds. Oh, it's sliding. There's a tiny bit of residue coming off at the side. And there we go. That is now in place. Nameplate number 1 in memory of Bernie. Brian, I'm sure you can manage this yourself. You don't need me to do yours. So we're going to do the opposite side, but I'm going to place the locomotive like so. Now, what I'm wondering, I think is that the same grill on that side? Yeah. So we'll have the same on the same front. Obviously not on that end because that grill's slightly bigger. And this time, as you stated, I think Dan stated, I'm going to cut this off on a hard surface over here. Yes, that's better. You were right. And again, we'll file down the burrs. Yeah, burrs on each side, just very small. And that was easier, so thank you for that advice. It's flat. Yep, that's flat. Done that side. A little bit more. That's it. That's got a slight nick in that side there that just needs flattening down. I'm going to do this on hard surface, actually. There we go. There we go. And in fact, oh, I dropped it on the floor. What I will actually do is score the back. There we go. Let's make sure it's flat. It's not quite. Now it is. So we'll test it before we commence, before we commit. Excuse my head for a moment. Yeah, that fits just right. So again, I'll get my cloth ready as well. Literally tips of the tweezers into the PVA. Let it wipe off any, and we'll just dab on a couple of drips of PVA, like so. Finish with that. So a tiniest bit of glue on the bottom. You can just see a few drips, and then again, I think that might be a bit too much. Spread it about a bit. I'm going to place this one on by hand this time and not by tweezers. Get it in the middle. Press it down. That's flat, and wipe off any residue, which this side there isn't actually any. It's gone on quite well that side. There we go. Whoop. Won't focus for some reason. Slightly up one side, I think. Oh no, it's just a camera view. It's making it look like it is. But there we go. So, Bernie Walker, 1960 to 2023. In honor of Bernie. There we go. Let's get that back on the track. Oh, I'll just show it the layout out. Let's switch to camera. There we go. So there is two more still left on there. They are for another locomotive. They will be going off for another locomotive. So I'm going to bring the camera into position so you can easily see it. Excuse me while I'm just adjusting the legs on the tripod. There we go. So we can put the light on. There we go. It's showing it now for you. So in memory of the late Bernie Walker, his locomotive now all named up. So you can take it in for a closer look. Oh. I need the light on to see it. A fitting tribute to a dear friend lost. Let's bring it better into view, away from that hillside. There we go. Right next to Crossways Junction, Point Junction on the layout as well. If anyone wants to grab a screenshot, they're welcome to right now. I'll turn the light off, actually. I'm actually going to snap a picture of that myself. There we go. Back to the stream. Let's have a look at the chat, what you all say. Excuse me. Stop touching the nameplates. Let them set as you make them wonky. Yeah, very nice. It stands out well. Well done, Jason. Looks great. I do miss him. Yeah, we all do. Yeah, still modelling in the clouds. West Hill just flicked on as we've just got back from preparing for the weekend show, Jace. That looks a cracking on your layout. Thanks, Chris. You do. I know you do like your DB, don't you, Chris? All the best for the weekend. Hope you have a good show. He is a DB fan himself. Just check if I have an email. So an inquiry for another layout at this exhibition. Don't think I'm going to fit it in. Alan says, I've been running Bernie's Black 5 recently. Oh, that's great, Alan. Good tribute, I hope. Evening all, DB. Yeah, not my fault at all. All the best. Shut it, Chris. Exactly, Josh. There's nowhere. I looked and looked and looked, tried to find a place where to fit it. And literally above those engine grills there was the only place. Thankfully, the little bit of gap above the grill is just slightly wider than the nameplate, literally about 1 millimeter or maybe 2 at the very most. So it does fit in there quite well. And I'd say using PV8, if it wants any adjustments, it can easily be slightly adjusted if needed. Anyone got the new Hornby B5? Says Irish. No. Ian's probably got them, Clybridge. He's compiling bits together in an email Friday evening. I'm sure he'll share up. Thank you. Oh, Brian's off with the, yeah. Quite a look at lovely plate there, Jay. Thank you. Yeah, fitting trip. Just there is another DB Schenker on the layout, Chris. Just so in case you wanted to know, 37419. There, Simon's off with the hashtags, and Brian. Yeah, it does look at it. I will treasure this locomotive forever. 2 DB locomotives on the layout, and both of them have genuine reason and requirement to be on the layout. Not because they're a DB locomotive, purely because of the background with them. So just a reminder, next week is the last in this series. We'll be back with a new series very, very soon. Next week's show will be a live Q&A. Several ways you'll be able to get your questions in. Number one, you can get your questions in on a post that will be putting out on my community feed for the channel. Look out for that. That'll be going out either later this evening or tomorrow. Number two, you can either send your questions via email to barnabasjunction@gmail.com. Or three, you can send them to me directly if you know me personally on any social media. Or four, you can just wait till next week's show and ask them then. Ask them in the chats or ask them and by joining the stream next week. Understandable, Chris, with the big show coming. I'm sure everyone will understand. I certainly would. Barry, and there's Barry. Bernie's brother is now in the chat. So yeah, Barry, there we go. The Loco is now named. And it does fractionally look slightly lopsided there, but trust me, it isn't. It's the way the camera's looking at the locomotive. All in memory, I've just noticed that window on that cab needs refitting. The window's open. So yes, there we go. Oh, Wes, yeah, Chris. Great Q&A question. How fast can a Loco pelt around Barnabas Junction before it derails? Rather fast. You getting that many DB Locos, Jace, you're going to need a depot with a red plaque on it. I've got a red plaque, haven't I? We're still. Just waiting for that to appear on the stream so everyone can see it. Waiting for the comments. Oh, yeah, and there's that as well. Forgot about that. courtesy of Craig. It's all going red. DB merch keeps growing. Badger, hello and good evening and welcome to the stream. I have lots of HST 125 with full rates of coaches. Oh, lovely. And talking of full rates, busted. Talking of full rates, has anybody seen a channel? Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. My Model Railway, I think it's called. This chap has got full Pendolino rakes, 4 of them. Full 10-car full 10-car Pendolino rakes running around on his layout, and they look mega impressive. Start collecting wagon soon. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we're spoiling the view there now, aren't we? Let me just get the camera a little bit higher. So for those that you don't know, still yet to be done, the signal box, that section of the layout, because it's, what's that? Cross points? Cross of points? That signal box is going to be named Crossways Junction. Point Junction. Disused box. It's old Hornby Triangle one. It's going to have, it needs a nameplate on the front of there. I've got to produce a nameplate to fit on there. And then weather all this up, board all the windows up, make it look like disused. And that is to be named Crossways Point Junction. Donegal Mark, good night. Yes, have safe travels. Enjoy your weekend. Jason Wilson is from the Northwest. He may remember the 1993-95 theme music for BBC Northwest Tonight. That's the music I'm using. Okay. That's the best Loco going past in the background now. So, whoops. Let's open the door. Yes, I do have some new videos due out soon in New Durham. Been a bit late on getting them out. I do have one, actually, about that's Europhoenix out in the background to be released. It is ready, actually. I've just not uploaded it. So that will be going out very soon. So if anyone fancies dropping in the stream and just coming and say hi, remember, if you are in the stream tonight, make sure you do hit that thumbs up. And I've got some news for members as well. And that will be going out to members in the next couple of days. So if you fancy dropping in just for a couple of minutes, come and pay your respects or come and let us know what you're up to. Show us what you're up to. Just bob in for a couple of minutes. You don't need to have a camera. You just need to have a microphone. Click on the link. Join via StreamYard. Please also, if you are joining, make sure you've got your YouTube muted in the background. Don't join with YouTube live, and you watch via StreamYard, not on YouTube. So if you fancy joining, you're welcome to. For those of you who aren't aware, let's pull the camera back a little bit. Oh, there's that bus. Model Rail crew. Let's get rid of that. A couple of exhibitions to tell you about locally to me that's taking part. That is my Model Rail exhibition, my inaugural exhibition that's having a go at. Hope there's going to be a few layouts there, a few traders, a couple of societies, clubs and local societies are going to be in attendance, and charities. If you are in the area, June the 23rd for a Sunday, bring the family. It's a little visit crew. Excuse me. And come and have a shufty. Make sure you follow the Facebook page. If you haven't already, click like on the Facebook page for Model Rail Crew. Obviously, all information is available on the website. So let me just get the link for the Facebook page. Just bear with me. Now, it is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just putting it in the chat. Did I see RGJ Trains in the chat? Yay, good evening. No need to be. Can everybody please wish Grace, excuse me, wish Grace a very happy birthday from us all. They've been out for the day. In fact, they've been out for a couple of days. Been out enjoying a weekend, visiting family and friends in the Northwest. Colleagues. So yeah, check out the Model Rail Crew Facebook page. The link is there. Make sure you click like on it. Lots of information gets posted on there, and lots of upcoming information to be posted about future activities for the exhibition and information. So make sure you do click follow or like, whichever it is for Model Rail Crew. But not only is Model Rail Crew, there are other exhibitions. Oops, sorry, I've just whacked. So there's one. In Stoke-on-Trent, there is St. John's. Let's get it off the wire. There's St. John's as well. That's on the 27th and 28th of July. And if I can fit this one in. Oh, look at that. The Old Sage Railway Association's their exhibition. This takes place at Bentley Motors, just around the corner from me. It's the 9th and 10th of November. 3 local exhibitions. Are advanced tickets for crew available? Yes, there are. Check out the website. On the homepage, you'll see a big button saying get your e-tickets here. You can buy advanced tickets and get your e-ticket on your email and just show the tickets at the door on your arrival. And that's for Model Rail Crew. Visit the website. Your e-tickets are available via the website. Yes, Shrewsbury show is 1st of June. Yeah, I know you're at that, Brian, aren't you? Can't get that one to stay upright. Let me just see if I can bend. Thank you, Flymo, for the link for the website. There we go. Got it to stay up now. Jason has gone off. Robbie bought a DV today. Yeah, I know you did. But you made it up with something else. And I won't say what it is. We'll wait to you to tell everybody on your channel. Growler's in. Good evening, Growler. Thank you for joining us. There you go. Yeah, reveal is in the next video. Yeah, so keep tight lips on that one. I just saw something about. Is there a family rate? No, it's just the one rate. £7 per person. Under 12s are free as long as they're accompanied by an adult. And I do believe, oh, look at that, 37 is going across the top. That looked good, didn't it? I do believe we have someone flying over to the UK, especially for Model Rail Crew. I do believe so. Is there a discount for DB lovers or DB lovers get banned? No discount and no banning. You can love what you like. But just so you know, the local venue, Model Rail Crew, is right alongside the West Coast Main Line. And there is a wonderful area at the very back of the car park where with an embankment which you can stand on and look directly onto the 4 tracks of the West Coast Main Line coming north of Crewe. And there's some great traction. I've seen some great traction recently, actually, going along there. Who's the special guest? Pete Waterman is officially opening Model Rail Crew. He will be doing a ribbon cutting. So yeah, Pete Waterman is opening Model Rail Crew. He'll be in attendance. He's going to be opening the event at 10 o'clock. Who's the overseas guest? I'm not going to say. I am not going to say. I will tell you they are a YouTuber and they are looking forward to the YouTubers Meet, which Timber is arranging. I do believe Timber is arranging a YouTubers Meet at Model Rail Crew. I don't personally know any details of it as of yet, but I'm sure Timber will be posting out in due course information about a YouTubers Meet at that. So Timber, I know Timber, you were in here earlier. Are you still here? And do you have any details as of yet, or shall we wait to hear what you've got on a public announcement? I think he has. I don't think he's with us anymore. Yeah. Ah, right. He's releasing details in June. Right, got you. Sorry, I must have missed that bit. So keeping an eye on the chat. Yep. Swedish music bands being mentioned. Aha. I'm going to lift that up a little bit, just so you can get a better view of the Locos behind. In fact, let's take them away now. I think you've had that drummed into you enough. Let's get some locomotives in view. What's that? Oh, Timber, is it? 1st of June, I will announce the meet-up time. Right. Cheers, Timber. Thank you very much. Traction tyres far too tight and no lights and poor quality build. I burned out 2 of them with lighting and it burned the decoder out and scorched the inside of the Loco. Dear. Simon, the guest is bringing Peggy. Oh. Simon, I know who it is. It could be someone from a certain European country. Is this a guessing game now to find out who it is? Here comes the best liveried locomotive on my layout at Barnabas Junction here. Beautiful, look at that. Absolute beauty. So it's not a relative of Peter Braun from Auckland, New Zealand, who attended 89 Ilford Open Day. I thought he's been in. Simon, are you going to the crew one on the 23rd? I could bring your controller if I haven't seen you before. Lurd pack. I'd say go with Curascale, even better. And there goes Bernie. Here comes the best livery. Yeah. No APT speeding around tilting. Not tonight. A nice option on the TPE, said Jason. Yes, it's taking it away to the scrap. I agree. The Intercity Swallow, yeah. You compare the 66 with the Coca-Cola wagon. I do. If you ever see my Christmas videos, you'll actually find that 66 locomotive pulling all my Coca-Cola wagons. The little wagon that comes with the set is useless. Sorry, the little Loco that comes with the set is useless at pulling. You couldn't even pull the skin off a rice pudding. Oh, right. I have 37218 in the DRS Heritage livery coming from a Cure scale, as I think the second run models are arriving mid to late July. They are. Yeah, I think they are. Jason can borrow my APT. Yeah, you've got yourself a cracking model there. Have you tested it yet, Timber? How does it run? If the APT tilts on the curve, I'm tilting my body the opposite way. It does tilt on my curves. Yes, RG can't wait to get hold of their APT in June. Yes, it is here. Still waiting its wheels. They haven't arrived yet. I'm hoping they'll arrive in the next couple of, well, this week. I was hoping they'd arrive. But if not, if they don't, then I'll have to source some more. Right, so no one's wanting to come on tonight, so I think what we'll do is we'll think about bringing tonight's stream to an end. The Vomit Comet. Yeah, Voyagers. I've got one of them. Not run it for a while, and need to get them out, to be honest. So before we do bring the show to an end, as always, a huge thank you to all the channel members helping to support this channel. You can be a channel member from as little as 99 pence a month. You can't get much this day and age for less than 99p. You get behind the scenes access to a lot of extra perks, especially if you're on higher levels than the 99 pence ones. You get other stuff as well. And there's going to be an announcement coming for members in coming few days. Thank you, and fully appreciated all those that are members helping to support, as you saw in the list. Please do check them out, their channels. I totally appreciate all your support, helping to bring the stream what it is, and helping to bring such things like that. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me this evening. Thank you for the naming of 36136. Fitting tribute to a dear lost friend. Bernie Walker, 1960 to 2023. Take care, everybody. Sleep well. Oh, thank you so much. New Durham Junction for the super chat, £5. That is so greatly appreciated. Remember, next week is Q&A. Get your questions ready. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and keep on modeling. Good night.